everyone, and welcome back to Farm Center 22. We're back here on No Man's Land from the Grober Games. As you can see, we're getting an early start into January already. This is our second load of corn we're hauling in. And we made about, I think, $35,000 off the first load, with including the environmental bonus. Right now, corn's going about $8.80 per 1,000 liters, and it's starting to drop, so we're working on getting rid of all the corn today, and then we're also going to be working on getting rid of all our sorghum today as well. It's sitting at about 950 per 1,000 liters, so we're going to have quite a bit of grain hauling in today. And I was thinking about doing milk as well. I might do a portion of that just because we're planning to... The big production structure I decided that we're going to be putting up for the farm is actually going to be it's going to be a dairy for us. So I already kind of got an idea where I want to put the buildings and such. I'm going to go with one of the in-game ones. I was originally going to go with this like little small dairy here, but I kind of want to go with the bigger one right now. So we're going to go with like the in-game one. I think, let's see, where is it? I want to go with this style of dairy. I feel like it's going to fit the map perfectly. And I just like to see that you can actually see like the little process, the dairy, all the milk getting turned and such like that, versus the other dairy. I don't think you can really see it as much. So this is the other style. Yeah, I like that other style dairy a lot better. So we're gonna be going with that first building I show you today. And right now we're cruising along for money. We're at a little under 192,000, and we still got a partial of a corn load to haul in yet. And then we'll be moving our little jumper auger and our 4020 to take care of the sorghum in the other bin. So we'll actually have 2 bins completely cleaned out before the day is all said and done. And I'm thinking that we might be putting up a 4th bin at our site yet. I haven't decided yet for sure. I know eventually I talked about putting up another bin off the site and maybe put up another like large animal production structure. And if we do that, we would have to either transport our auger back and forth, which I don't know how I feel about. Depends. I guess it depends how far I put the new livestock building off-site, but that's going to be probably something later on down the road, because I was looking at the production facilities and I don't know if other people ever run into this issue, but I completely forgot. I downloaded like the diesel production pack. So I think after we get this dairy up, I think that's what we're going to start working towards next, to be honest with you. We'll get rid of this 8,000 liters of corn here as well. Got a helicopter flying over today. But yeah, so we'll go haul this in quick here. We'll get rid of this corn, and then we'll move to the other bin on the other side and clean that bin out of sorghum today. I think we'll be sitting with quite a bit of extra money that I was not expecting, to be honest with you. I figured we were going to be kind of pushing it a little bit, but it might, depending on how I get the dairy set up, because I'm planning to like do what I kind of did with like the timber time furniture out there, and kind of like set it up, put a few park vehicles and such, give it a little bit of character. I kind of decided, I think we're going to put it up on this piece of ground over here. And I didn't know if I'm going to put it like right here, kind of where this dirt spot is at. It'd be kind of hard to, because we'll only own a certain part of the property, so I might shove it all the way back by that rocky outcropping there. I feel like that might not be a bad home for it as well. Get this dumped here quick. And so the task I kind of have set for us today, besides getting all this grain hauled in, is that we're gonna slowly work on that facility as well. And then the next month or two, well, we're gonna take care of our cattle up on the pasture as well this month, and make sure they're all squared away, because I'm planning to take that Oliver back to the lumber mill to get everything all squared away there, and then we're going to have to chop quite a few trees this winter. I think the last time I looked, it had about 50,000 liters worth of lumber for making planks yet. And then I don't know if we're gonna keep putting timber into the timber time mill. I mean, or timber time furniture. It makes sense for us to do it, but I'm kind of okay with just putting planks in there right now. The other thing too is, you know, with that whole, I'm thinking about grabbing that diesel production facilities and getting that set up and going too. That I suppose we don't have to worry about doing it in the winter either. We could always do it during this time of year as well. But I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put it because I kind of want to keep things somewhat spread out, so to speak, if that makes sense. We'll pull off to the side here. So basically what my kind of goal is here. Turn those off, we don't need the lights. Pull that off to the side. That all the way down while we move it around the corner here. But I kind of want to keep like a good portion of the facility spread out. Like it made sense for us to put timber time furniture right next to it so that way we can avoid having to haul stuff around. And I know that I might get something saying, well, we could set our planks to distribution, but I don't really want to do that because we're not really, in reality, we're not really flying through planks that fast either. Like we're not able to keep the, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? We're not really able to keep the sawmill from getting too filled up compared to how fast they're going through the planks at timber time. We're producing planks faster than what the timber time furniture can go through. It's the best way to put it. I don't know why I was struggling to say that, but I was apparently. So this month, like I said, we're gonna, ooh, why? Okay, there we go. That's better. We'll just back up here. So we're, like I said, I think for the rest of this month, kind of curious how much, we'll see what we get for this full load of sorghum here. I'll have to remember while we're in town, before we come back, I'll have to fill up the truck. That way we can keep our fuel that we got for our barrel. And I guess that's one thing I did last month too, after I got all the equipment washed up and put away. Except for the 4020 and the Oliver, I didn't wash those tractors up. Don't ask me why. I don't have a good answer for you is why I'm saying don't ask. But we're gonna get these. Oh, I lost my train of thought. But we're gonna get the cattle up on the pasture taken care of, so that way they'll be good till we can bring the Oliver back again. I'm half tempted to bring the loader back with the Oliver as well, just because we can almost keep the little skids, the Bobcat, down at the BGA if we really wanted to. And we could just always grab bales with the Oliver, because we still have that bale spear yet here to do something like that. But I kind of want to just keep doing what I've been doing with the skid loader, driving it back and forth, because we don't use it a whole heck of a lot, to be honest with you. And I kind of want to make sure I keep it part of the whole farm situation. And I'm curious, how much food? 23,000. Okay. So I'm thinking before this month is over, we're gonna definitely make it a priority to get the construction of the dairy going and getting that all set up and such, so that way when we deliver milk to the dairy itself, we can make sure if we have excess milk, we can sell it off and still make a profit, so to speak. Because I've never messed with the dairy facility, so I'm not sure how fast we're going to be going through milk. And one of the things I've been thinking about is picking up that mod where you can buy production pallets. And what I mean by production pallets is like you can buy bulk sugar and stuff like that, because I really have no desire to do sugar cane to get sugar produced. Not in this series, I should say, at least. I've never enjoyed doing sugar cane in 19. I didn't enjoy doing potatoes either as well. Like, it's something I would do in every full moon type situation. And I think that picking up that whole I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet, to be honest with you. But picking up that whole for like production pack, pallet pack, so to speak, so that way we can like feed into our other facilities and produce other stuff we need to for the farm. And I'm kind of curious. I haven't messed with it, and I don't know if other people have. Is how feasible does that become, so to speak? We made about 1,800 per section of the trailer, so we're gonna be like 32 grand total. Yeah, 32-ish. Kind of curious now. Oh, look at that. That wouldn't have been a bad buy for us if we don't already have our gleaner. And I really love that gleaner. It's gonna be kind of bittersweet when I decide to get rid of that combine, but I think we'll be able to hang on to it for another season or two, especially since I'm kind of starting to plan on doing fuel production as well, because I think part of fuel production is, I think it said soybeans, sunflowers, and something else. I don't remember what was the other one, but we'll take a look here quick. We got time. Production. Where are you? Refueling station, no. Feed mill. There we go, diesel factory. So sunflowers, soybeans, and canola, actually, so... Kind of looks like more like the... Okay, it's basically like the... Oh, what plant is it? It'll come to me. Words are hard right now, excuse me. It's the one where you can sell timber to, the bioheating plant or something like that, I think it's called. Something like that. It's gonna bug me. You know what? Never mind. We're not gonna worry about it too much right now. If I find it later, I'll bring it back up. But like I said, I'm kind of thinking we'll buy this piece of property here and kind of start maybe seeing if they can put like kind of a black asphalt or blacktop out here, or maybe even gravel will be fine for a while until we start getting some more people out here and I think we'll put the dairy back over there next to the woods and that rocky outcropping. I kind of like the way the BGA looks over here that we set up with ours. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to lean to. We won't get as fancy with the BGA with walls and such. I think we need to put some more lights out here. I've noticed in the last few episodes we've been over here with those two lights, it's pretty dark over here. But I think that's what we'll plan on here for today here. So we'll see you guys in the next month, and when we get into the next month, I'll show off our new dairy facility. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello everyone, and we're back. As you can see, we skipped over February. I didn't do too much in that month. I took the Oliver back to the sawmill for now, and we did a bunch of deforestation back there. We got all our sawmill filled up. The furniture store is still doing pretty well yet, so we didn't have to get anything more in there. I just moved some planks around, but I'm starting to think about dialing that back a little, but I haven't really decided yet because we're just producing so many planks right now that it's hard for me to like always keep track of selling them and such, and especially with our new business that will be driving by here shortly. Right now, our Angus cattle had their offspring and calves, and I think we're at 15 new calves now. Oh yeah, 15. And I was looking at the pasture, and when we removed these cattle from the pasture, we actually were at like 50 cattle, but now we're at 45. So the pasture's actually almost at full capacity right now. The only other thing that I got to do today is I'm going to top off their feed towards the end of the day. As you can tell, as we approach up to the highway here, we got our dairy facility finally up and running. We'll go take a little quick tour of that here after we get this load of cattle sold here. So I'm starting to think now, since let's see here actually. As I say, we're getting to the point where it's going to take us 2 trips to start hauling cattle in. So I'm trying to decide if we're going to get rid of this livestock trailer altogether, or we're just going to make 2 trips for a while. Our herd's definitely expanded. Just think when we first bought that pasture, we only had five cows we started with, and we haven't bought any more. Everything's been from our own breeding, so to speak. So we've made quite a bit of progress on that front. And we made a little over 17 grand off those cattle. So that's pretty, I feel pretty proud of that, not gonna lie. Especially since we're up to 45 cattle now, and if you sit here and think about it, we've already sold several cows already off at market weight for us, so we're doing pretty good. The winter was actually kind of brutal in between March and January. We actually had quite a bit of snow on the ground, but it's warming up pretty nicely now for the month of March. Trying to decide. So next month, we're gonna start. We won't have a whole lot going on. Like you don't know. Usually, I normally start tillage about this time of year, but we got most of our tillage done already for our farm for corn next season. We just got a little bit more, which won't take us too long. I think what I'll spend the rest of the time doing today is getting all the equipment ready and such for the main part, you know, like getting the planter hooked up, maybe, and we'll probably start the next episode with getting seed and getting the slurry all pumped out and get the rest of the manure applied to the field, because, like I said, I was originally thinking about planting oats or something here, but I think we're just going to stick with corn, so we'll still have, let's see here. So we'll have corn here, and over here, and right there. So we're going to have quite a few cornfields this coming year. Beans will be kind of falling back on. We won't have too much this coming year, but it'll be all right. It'll all work out for the best in the long run. But I think what we'll end up doing is that next month we'll finish getting the slurry applied, and while we're doing that, we'll get one of the cultivators hooked up to the white, and we'll have one of the helpers start working on that field there. Actually, yeah, and that one there too. I was trying to remember if we applied manure. So we actually applied solid manure to both of those fields right there. And we'll get them started on that. And then when we get all that done, we can have them start working on the bean ground as well. But I wonder, I'm trying to decide, maybe we could hook the 78 up to the 12-row planter this year. Either that, we can put it on the Wilrich cultivator. Maybe that's what we'll do. Since we don't have any drilling going on this year, maybe we'll throw the duals on the 78 and go with that route here. But anyways, we'll take a little tour of our milled bond dairy. And I have them producing cheese and butter for us, and we've already got quite a bit produced already, as you can tell here. We got, it's like 5 pallets of butter already made. I decided just to start with butter right away. I didn't start making cheese right away for the farm, but partway through the process, I told him to start making butter just so we have a little variety of stuff to sell. And I ended up actually dropping off all our milk into this building, so we didn't sell any over this winter. I figure all the milk we'll be producing is just going to go straight into the dairy, because I feel like we'll make quite a bit more money in this situation here, selling all the byproducts of butter and cheese. And I know I talked about I think I talked about it a little bit. I have not invested into the production mod yet, so where we can buy like sugar and such, so we can actually start making chocolate. But that is on my list of things to do. But as you can see, I got a little parking lot over here for the 2 owners running the facility. And as you can see by here, I like kind of putting it back by the mountainside. We got it gated off over here and such. And as you can see right now, just by the little screen there, we are producing butter and milk, and we still got 8,500 liters yet, so we're sitting pretty strong yet. We got an extra trailer here just in case we need to store some extra products, just in case for milk and such, and just bring in other supplies for making everything. Oh, that's cool. There's actually an animation of the milk being turned in there. I never realized that. That's actually a really cool detail. And then I got another parking lot over here for visitors and all their workers. So we got quite a few people working here today. I'm kind of happy with this setup. I kind of wish that I could have done more with all this open area. In time, we'll probably put up a few more buildings and such in here. Just with the way our funding was getting to by the time I got done making out the area for it. We were starting to run a little bit slim on it. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. Like I said, I think we'll try to add a few more buildings here and there when we get closer, and maybe a few other like knickknacks and placeables there. But as of right now, I think that's all we got for this actually episode we're coming out here. The one thing I guess I didn't realize, so way back when I first started this series, I bought this piece of land because I was gonna put up a point to sell wood, and at the time I didn't realize that he added a point to sell wood up there by the blacktop, so I forgot to sell the piece of land off, so I ended up selling it off and taking the money out of our account just so that way we can't really cheat our way there. But if anyone's noticed that, I did fix the situation so where we actually have to earn to buy that land, and when we put up more facilities and other things like that. But like I said, I think this is where we're going to start wrapping up today's episode. I'm going to spend some downtime here getting all the equipment pulled out, getting everything we need ready for next month, so that way we can hit the ground running, so to speak. But if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe so you can stay up to date to the latest series. Above all else, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. And most of all, thanks for watching.